Hey guys, quick little video for this. Okay, so here are your settings for your lights. So you've got the automatic, then you got your normal lights, and your lights are on. Okay, so then you've got if you press forward as well, you'll see that you've got your high beams. Then you'll see at the middle, it's got another little one over here with this little downside. So if you just rotate that one, you'll see you'll then get fog lights. Now you've got fog lights at the back, but you do not have at the front. To switch your high beams off, you just pull it towards you. Honestly, you just run with it on automatic. So if the lights, gets too dark, or if the sky gets too dark, then obviously it runs itself. Quick thing on the side. Okay, so you'll see also, like with this one, here's your rear. So if you want to make your rear wiper go on, you just switch that one there. Pulling it towards yourself will obviously activate your wipers. You'll see a lot of them as well if you've got the auto. So once you've got the auto and you switch it on to auto, now to figure out how it's on auto, if you put it onto there, that's your normal setting. If you do one more up, then your wipers will go off. So switch it one down, then you'll see if you've got this little one that says auto, if you rotate it down, you'll see it'll actually change on your screen itself for the sensitivity. So let's do this. Okay, so you see you got the higher sensitivity. So if it's a drop of water, obviously your wipers go berserk, but I honestly put it on the low setting because you don't want to have your wipers going off for no reason. If someone two cars ahead of you splat some water, and you have a drop in your car, it'll probably go off. While I'm quickly doing here, another little things to have a look at for your car. Okay, so you got all these little quick touches here. Obviously, this is to switch off your system. Now, sometimes I've had it where it freezes. So you press and hold that for 10 seconds. It'll then shut down the system and restart it. You can just do the normal, press it once, and then you get that. But to actually restart it, you press and hold that. Obviously, we're not going to do that. Then you got your two volumes here, up and down. That's quite easy. You got your little indicators here for your emergency. Then this is just basically for your home screen. So if I select that there, which I have become quite useful, and this is quite a useful button, especially when I'm busy with something and I want to go to the home button. You just press that and then you go straight to your home screen. This one is here for your Android Auto. Okay, so unfortunately the phone is not linked up, else the videos aren't that lacquer. And then this one is just for your telephone. So if you want to dial, you can just press there quickly. So you can do your recents, your dials, your contacts, or your Bluetooth settings. For the ones that have the CVT, you've got another mode here. So currently I am in eco mode. If I press that, you'll see I'll then get sports mode. Now, the difference between the two is obviously the one revs a little bit higher. But then another thing as well is if you look on the bottom right, next to your knee, but also on the bottom right of the screen, you've got another button. You can actually switch your traction control off. Oh, where is it? There's that little one. You can actually switch your traction control off and on. Now, you've got to be very careful because once your traction control is off and you've got it in sports mode, for the people that have the Elite Turbo SVT, CVT, it just wants to go. So you've got to be very careful. Other little buttons that you've got is, you'll see you've got the one on the right hand side. This little one here, that is your hill descent. So if I've switched that on, if we just move across here, you see hill descent is active. So what you do is, also you'll see it there on the top left. What you do then is you just slot the car into neutral, and you've got it on your hill descent, and it sorts out everything for you so you don't have an accident going down a hill or at a high speed. Then the other little ones is just to select your lights up and down for your leveling. I found the best setting is to put it on 2. 3 is a little too high and 1 is a little too low. 2 is perfect without blinding everyone else. Okay, then other little buttons that you've got. Obviously, you've got your speaker to switch off your speakers or to activate your speaker for the top. You've got your switch off your, cancel a phone call or make a phone call. Then your volumes up and down. And those are pretty easy. Quick thing with the people that want to know about your cruise control. Okay, so to activate the cruise control, you just press this little button and you see the cruise control is active on the top left. Now, here is where it becomes interesting. So when you driving, you get to the speed that you need or speed that you want on cruise control, and you press the set button. Once that is set, it will then activate in where you see those blinking lines. That'll then set. The minimum you can cruise is 40 kilometers an hour. I tested it today. The maximum that it'll allow you to the cruise control is 149 kilometers an hour. Okay, so if you're driving and someone pulls in front of you, you press the brakes, obviously. Then you'll see, obviously, your kilos are going to be a bit lower than what your temperature, your speed is set. So when that happens, press the reset here. Your car will then feel like it's a catapult and shoot you up to the desired speed that you are running at. Now, also, these two buttons have two separate functions as well. So if you're driving at 100 kilometers an hour, but you want to do 120, you can, instead of switching it off, which this is your cancel button there, instead of canceling it and restarting it, you can just press this and it'll increase your kilometers per kilometer. So it'll increase your speed. And then this one will obviously, with a minus, also decrease your speed, but also it'll set it. Now, if you want to just stop your cruise control, you've got this little button here. So if I press this one here, you'll see on the screen there, if I press that, your cruise control stops. And then to get rid of it, you just press this one. What else? All of these buttons, everyone is quite familiar with the aircon. Now, I have to just warn you guys, this is quite lacquer. You've got the sync, so because of you having dual, I normally drive with this on freezing cold temperature, and then my wife likes driving it on hot temperature because she doesn't get she gets cold very easily. So I love mine that way. The car's a little bit dirty. So obviously you've got your normal handbrake. Then here is your auto hold. Now, the first day I drove the car, I had this. I found it quite annoying, so I switched it off. If you forget it on, your little button will come on here, as well as also, you'll see, is it going to show it? No. Your car needs to be actually switched on, and your seatbelt needs to be on for that to activate. Okay, let's quickly press back here. Other settings and manuals. Okay, so if we go into the vehicle settings, now this is one of those things. Your engine actually, it needs to be on like this. You can't actually have it without your, you can't access it with your ignition off. So now you've got your courtesy key, your intelligent key. Now those are just, obviously your courtesy lights are when you switch your car off, especially at night, that your lights will stay on for about 20 seconds. I like it, especially nowadays with the load shedding, so you can actually see what's going on in your place. Then the intelligent key, I like keeping it on because I want to have it. Some people don't want it because they want to be able to unlock the car themselves. So that is your own selection. Then you've got cluster. So if you have a look at the cluster, you'll see your speed alarm, which is what I was referring to the other day, yesterday and the earlier messages. Then you've got your backlight cluster. This is just to know if you want to make this lighter or darker. It's up to you. I like it on the current settings. I haven't changed it. Here as well, you can change your cluster time. Okay. Now the next one is light. So this is more for when you've got the, you'll see daylight running lights and your auto lights and your ambient lights. So if you got your auto lights, you can have it switched on or switched off, but then also your ambient lights. So now you can actually have it set so that it shows you, I'm trying to see if I can get a better angle so you guys can actually see the on and off. But you can actually have it so that you've got an ambient light. You play it according to the rhythm, which I've got, which is quite nice. So as the music plays, it changes. You would have seen one of the previous videos that I put on where I was playing music and it was changing according to the rhythm of the actual song. Now this is another one where you need to check out your associate driving mode. That is what you also need to check out with your lights. So if you go into eco mode, it goes green. If you go into sports mode, your lights go red. I have to warn you, however, this is for people with the ambient lighting only. Majority have, but I'm not too sure about the lower specs. You got your aircon. So this is your cabin automatic ventilation and self-cleaning. These are both on. I haven't really played around with those or switched them off. It's just nice. What it does is that when you switch your car on, especially when it's a very hot day like it has been the last couple of days, it just does a burst to get rid of your hot gases, as it refers to inside here, and just keep your cabin not clean, well, not cool, but clean from the air. That's why you also seen it would have had the clean air filter running over there as well. Okay, auxiliary drive. Okay, so your auxiliary drive, this is what I was talking about as well. It's according to your sports mode, your steering mode. So if you select it, now you can actually select it according to your associated mode, which I've got to select on, or your steering mode. Now, I have to warn you, if you have this off and you put the car into sports mode, the steering wheel will stay on comfort mode. So you'll have a car that is very lazy with the steering wheel, but wants to give you a lot of power. So be careful of that. So make sure that this is selected to the associated sports mode. Okay, we're going to go back. Basic info. Okay, so this is also like what you guys were talking about with the auto lock. So you can select the auto lock. I've got mine for the auto lock, plus the mirror folds, and the security tips with the horn and the lock. This is your obviously preference. I like having it, especially nowadays. I walk away, I can hear the car beep, as well as I can see the mirrors fold, and I know that the car is locked up. Okay, I think that is majority of the stuff for now. Okay, have a lekker day and stay safe. Bye.